Welcome to RIoT Startup Spotlight, where we shine a light on the visionaries and disruptors who are shaping the future. I'm Jen Morgan, and today we bring you an exclusive interview with Scott Thomas, founder and CEO of Shuttle Works. Hi, Scott. To begin, can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Sure. Shuttle Works is a transportation technology system that we're putting together that allows anybody to set up their own fixed route shuttle service. And it gives them a branded website, and it allows them to have a map and multiple different routes, and it can show different vehicle locations in real time and where all the stops are going to be and when it's going to arrive there. And so it's a system that hopefully can enable entrepreneurs and allow people to improve their services. And there's a lot of reasons why, I wanted to build it, but that's what it is in general.
That's awesome. Can you dive a little bit into like what your previous experiences were and how you got here today? What's your background overall?
Sure, I've had long history, 30 years of experience in technology with a variety of different focuses over the years. Early on, it was about product development for packaged software and early mobile devices and things like that. I had a period of time in healthcare technology where I was working with distributed systems and specialized medical records and things like that. I've been doing technology consulting in the world of Salesforce and cloud computing, and so I understand about lots of different things and working with different customers about what they're trying to accomplish and designing solutions and then building them. So I have a lot of history and experience with that, and ultimately decided I wanted to try to do something for myself and put all that experience to work.
Awesome. So what made you decide that this is what you wanted to start as your own company?
Well, I've always wanted to have my own business, as a part of what I did, and I never really found the right idea. I live in a beach community here in coastal North Carolina, and we have a real problem with traffic and beach access for handicapped folks and just access in general. And this is an area where people are moving. And we just have real congestion problems. So I was looking for ways. We have a few different solutions, and of course, there's Uber and other things like that. And I just had a vision that it would be great to have sort of our own little private bus system down here, but that I saw some of the problems were people knowing about it and knowing where things were going to be, and we're also used to that with find my location and ride share apps and things. So initially I was trying to build that business, but I quickly realized that there's a lot more to it in owning vehicles and employing people. But I wanted to enable all that, so I focused on the technology where I have my experience, and so that's where I am now.
That's really interesting, especially like the connections of like what you're seeing really as the problem solution fit kind of thing with, seeing the problem in your community and kind of working on a potential solution around that. Um, what are some of the biggest challenges that you've seen thus far as a startup founder? And if you have overcome them, give us some insight on to how.
Well, we're really just getting started. It's been a struggle. At first, I put a business plan together, all my thoughts and ideas that I had, because I realized it's hard to articulate it without really writing it down. So that was my first step. And then I spent some time sharing it with people that I trust, and people that I knew would give me some fair feedback. And I got a lot of criticism, so that was hard to hear, but I think it was all good and fair, and helped direct me to where I am now and limited my initial exposure. And I took advantage of all the resources that were available. Once I did start my business and created my LLC, all the resources that became available to me through, Small Business Administration and all the North Carolina resources put me in touch with just an incredible wealth of information and help and resources that I've been taking advantage of. So it really opened my eyes to this whole world and the accelerator program and grants and other things, mentorship in general. And so yeah, I'm excited to take part of that. So it really, this whole journey has kind of opened my eyes to so many resources that way.
Yeah, I think that it's important to get engaged and plugged in. In that vein, like, do you have any mentors or role models who've inspired you in your journey thus far?
Well, I have some friends who've started their own successful businesses, and I've watched them grow, and so I've seen how it can change, your life. And also what they've been able to do for others to be able to have, employment opportunities. And that's a big part of what I wanted to do, right? How can I help other people at this stage of my life and my career? I'm looking for mentorship and hopefully solutions that can help others as much as help myself. But I've watched some other of my good friends do that, and I value their opinion and their guidance. Yeah, but I'm still, I think there's a whole world of mentorship available to me for this new journey, in my career. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, it's all pretty new.
Definitely. Well, I mean, you've come from a world of working in startups in the past and are now working on your own. Do you have any advice that you'd give to aspiring entrepreneurs or future startup founders based on your experiences?
Yeah, I mean, I think just getting started, I mean, I wouldn't say that I've worked for very many startups. For me, it's been mostly larger companies or, some smaller companies that were already kind of underway. So this part of it is really, new for me. I've worked with companies that are, that sell new technology to startups, I guess. But I think just getting started in the first place is a key, and then perseverance, being able to listen to feedback and take the positive out of it. That's very important. But I don't know. I guess there's a lot more to learn.
I think that what I'm getting from you and all of this is that listening to those around you and being open to what they have to say, whether it's good, bad, or anywhere in between, is the best way to keep moving forward.
Well, the other bit of information I should say the other thing that's become very clear to me is that understanding your customer is super important. And since I was my own initial customer, I kind of knew what I wanted, but that means I have to have a broader mind as I continue to develop this as a service. So everybody I've talked to has talked about the importance of speaking to customers just to understand what their business is like. What is a day in the life? And I really believe that that's important. As I've continued to do my customer discovery, I found that people operate in drastically different ways than I would have expected. And so, yeah, that's really been interesting, and I realize how important it is.
That's really key is understanding that problem solution fit at the end of the day. So, well, that's all the questions that I have for you. Thanks so much for sharing your story with us today. I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon, Jen.